All right, let's keep it going. Like we're trying to get out of the office early today or something. But just showing you why I'm the best on social media. No one's telling you what I'm telling you. So earlier we talked about metals miners. And I left out copper. Let's not forget copper. It's when the price is right. See? To be able to follow me on this channel, you have to understand why I'm doing the channel. I'm exposing you to price. Price action is king. Anybody that's following this channel, unless they're just a ridiculous clown, they're on this channel to see what I have to say about trading and investing so that you can get on the train and save yourself and your family. If you're here for anything other than that, then you're going to get what you deserve. So for the people who are here for the right reasons, you want to understand price. Price is more important than the asset. The asset is important, but the price is more important than the asset. Once you understand that, that makes the asset more important because you understand the price of the asset. Because the whole goal of having an asset is that it's worth something. It ain't an asset if it ain't worth nothing. So we have to explain these things to the layman that are just stepping in here and like, what are we doing? They need leadership. They need someone to lead them, right? Saying it, right, until they're able to say it. You can see what I'm saying. You can say what I've said, and then you can apply what you say that you saw me say. You can see it, say it, and do it. That's the concept, right? Why does he talk to us like we're children? Yeah. Undisciplined, rebellious, ignorant, predatory, monitoring, bullying type spirits. I'm the bully for the bully in my lane, right? I don't take this out here on the street corner. No, right here on this channel is where I do it. The price. Whenever I be posting all these stocks, oh, it's just too much to handle. No, the price. It doesn't matter that it's a bunch of stocks. The price is the same. No matter what level of price you're at, it is a fractalization. 15 cents is the same as $1.50, is the same as $15, is the same as $150. All you're doing is moving the decimal over. 15 is the discount. So we're talking about, and I left out Mara because we're talking about miners and digital asset treasury companies. Building your own 401k or IRA account by purchasing things that either you want them to have futures contracts, but everything don't have a futures contract. But if they're invested in something that has a futures contract, a miner, what are they mining? They're mining Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? A commodity, which has a futures contract. So when Bitcoin goes to $1 million a coin, anybody who bought Bitcoin, miners have Bitcoin because they're mining it. And then you have these other companies that are putting it on their balance sheets. They're trying to do what Michael Saylor did. Put Bitcoin on its balance sheet and allow Bitcoin to elevate all ships. That's what we're talking about. 4 minutes and 30 seconds of sauce. So I'm exposing you to these companies. Now, what do we do here? We have to analyze. They're in alphabetical order, but I wanted to start with Mara because I left it off the list. And I decided to put it on there because it is a Bitcoin miner, one of the best, if not the best miner that you can get. And you see it's dropping down in price. I got 10 shares at $17.50. I should have bought that at $14. 16, 15, 14. 16 is the premium, 15 is the middle, 14 is the discount. That's how the scale works. I was still learning how to do this when I bought this stock last year. But I do know to under leverage. I only bought 10 shares. When I get around the $15 discount, I'm only going to buy 10 shares. Now I needed to drop from 15 to $1.50. It may not make it to $1.50, and that's fine. I'll wait. I have 10 shares. I can go into the negative. It is a Bitcoin miner. I don't believe it's going to zero. Bitcoin is not going to zero. Bitcoin has a futures contract. So if this is what mines Bitcoin, we wouldn't have Bitcoin unless we had Bitcoin miners. This is the #1 miner, and you're getting it at $11.50. Way better than what I bought it at. I bought 10 shares at $17.50. I'm not going to buy again until it gets to $9 discount, $6.50 discount, $4 discount, $1.50 discount. It's the basic scale of 100. You have to know where you are on the scale of price, and you apply your purchases accordingly. And again, part of the analysis is knowing the price. The next part of the analysis is, how do I even know what this is? You have to Google it. Now, I didn't just come up with these stocks. I've been paying attention to people who are in the know, and they exposed me to these stocks. Now I can explain them because it was explained to me. They gave me what I needed to know, and I took it and I did the rest. Now I have a better explanation. I can't explain what they explain, but they sure can explain what I explain because I created what I explained. So there you go. You put the basic scale of 100 on it. I buy 10 shares at $15. I'll buy 20 shares at $4, and I'll buy 100 shares at $1.50. That's my blueprint. And I'm trademarking my blueprint because it's worth trademarking. It's the best in the world. So, but we'll go to the top of the list. We'll just run through these right quick. Understand scale, right? I've taught you, if you haven't seen all my videos, you should look at all my videos because it is a chronological explanation of quarters theory, the basic scale of 100, everything that we do here, the gauntlet every week, is what we're doing, right? We ain't got time for the clown show. We don't have time for loss review. We're here to win. Like I got a mouse in my pocket. Sure, maybe I do have a mouse in my pocket. We gonna win. It's gonna be a rich-ass mouse, right? Hey, but applied digital, all you gotta do is type it into Google. Now you see that it's at $36, right? 35 is the premium, 25 is the middle, 15 is the discount. The only reason I'm putting this up is so you can see that there's levels to this, right? You don't want to buy at $36. If you buy at $36, you have to understand where you are on the scale and understand the risk of buying at 36. What's the risk of buying at 36? Is that it drops from 35 back to 25, back to the middle. Now, what would you rather buy the shares at, 35 or 25? Right. We know the answer, right? You can buy more at 25, but 15 is the ideal position. You want to buy at 15. But, okay, we got the price. We know that. What is it? Type it into Google so you can see what it is. Now, that was just an example, but this has to do with companies who have Bitcoin on its balance sheet. So when I show people these stocks, they don't know, and you won't know, because just as you see, as you Google it, it ain't going to tell you, oh, this company has Bitcoin. It don't tell you that. You need somebody who knows that to tell you that. Somebody told me that. Now I'm telling you that. Now, when you pay attention to YouTube or social media and you're watching videos and people start talking about applied digital, they're going to start telling you the nuances of it. oh, and yeah, and it has Bitcoin on its balance sheet. And it'll tell you. The people that know, they will tell you. Now, when I listen to social media, I can tell when there's clown behavior and when people really know what they're talking about. I know because I listen to people who know. And I'm constantly looking for people who know the things that I know that people know. And then it all adds up. Now I can filter out people that are full of shit, and I can keep the people who are on their business. So we go to Bitfarms, type it into Google, you see the price, 350, 250, 150. Go into Google, see what it does, see what it has to do with Bitcoin, right? Mining, okay. You got Bitcoin ATM, right? Type it into Google. It's not an ATM, it's a BTM. 350, 250, 150. Oh, look at that, 136. It's below the discount. What do? Buy 100 shares. Well, what I do, I want to have 100 shares at 150 and below, all right? So we go to the next one, Solana Holdings, right? Is this Solana? I don't know for sure. The price is right, 350, 250, 150. Type it into Google. What does it say? It gives you a nice explanation. And if it has Solana on its balance sheet, there you go. Then this is a digital asset treasury company. Again, digital asset treasury companies. That means they're holding digital assets on their balance sheet. So when Bitcoin goes to $1 million a coin, it raises all ships to include Solana, right? Go down to Vivo Power. Vivo Power, here's the sauce. This is an XRP digital asset treasury company. And when I type it into Google, it ain't going to tell you that. I know that because it was told to me through the people that I listen to. And WELLGETS is also an XRP digital asset treasury company. And it has to do with medical records and billing. And they have XRP on their balance sheet.